Okay. Yesterday's weight was 287.5. Now, I did eat at my deficit at under 2,000 calories. However, I was not active yesterday. So, if it's going by being super sedentary, I may have gained weight because the numbers just don't work with my body for some reason. Alright, see, this should not be happening. Okay, so 288.2. So what that tells me, because that's 0.7 pounds gained, even though I was in like a 1,300 calorie deficit. Yeah. Now, the previous day, I only had 1,500 calories, and I only lost 0.1. And then the day before, I lost 0.5, and I'd had 1,500 calories. So, either I am constipated and need to go to the bathroom, or my BMR, my basic metabolism, whatever, my metabolism is too slow, so I'm not burning as much calories as I should be on the non-exercise days, based off of my body weight. So, I don't know. We're just going to keep being diligent and staying under the 2,000 calories this week. I'm not going to do a refeed right now, but I'm going to be really paying attention to what the weights are the day after. Even when I am strict and stay under the 2,000 calories. And, yeah. I am pretty bloated this morning. I'm always bloated, but it is pretty bloated right now. So hopefully exercise will help get things moving and grooving. But I do gotta get ready for the gym, so that's what I'm gonna do. So, I am about to be on my way to the gym. I got like 20 minutes. It's 27 degrees outside. I'm cold, so my car's warming up. But this is my pre-workout. It's 50 calories. Because during the one nutrition class that I took, I had mentioned that I normally just work out on an empty stomach. That she had said that she has people that she works with that their performances are a lot better when they had something with carbs and like barely any protein. So this is like 1 gram of protein and like 11 carbs, and it's only 50 calories. I think this is probably a better choice than the 150 calorie snacks that I got for the same purpose, because this will fill me up a little bit more probably than that, and it's less calories. So I don't know, we'll see. There's like 3 grams of added sugar with this one, and there was 9 grams of added sugar with the other one. So I'm really wanting to stay with my calorie deficit this week. So this is what my choice was. Not sure what the workout's going to be today, other than that it will be on land. There's also going to be some sort of challenge this week, and I don't know what that is either. So I'll find that out this morning. But I got to get my butt on the road so I can get in my 10 minutes on the bike before 8 o'clock. Warm up complete. Cool down complete. Just got done with my workout, so I wanted to break down for you what I did during it. So you already saw my warm-up, which was half a mile on the treadmill, and then my cool down, which was 2 miles on the bike. As far as the actual workout goes, it was a simple workout, but it was a difficult workout, and we upped weights. So I used the 53-pound kettlebell for the first time. So it started off with some squats where you're holding the kettlebell with both hands, like in between your legs, and then you squat until the kettlebell touches the ground. So I did that 5 times. And then we switched to the pink weights, which I believe are 18 pounds apiece. I'm not sure. They might be, I think they might be 14. They're either 14 or 18 pounds. I'm not sure. But anyway, so those, we did the swings. So the kettlebell starts in between your legs, and then you swing it parallel to like 90 degrees to your body. And so I did that on both arms 5 times each. And then we did where you're holding the kettlebells like this, and then you're going up. So I did that 5 times each. And then I had the purple kettlebells, which were 44 pounds. So I had 2 of those, so 88 pounds, held at my sides. And then I had to do laps, like in the little mini gym things. I had to do like 4 laps, like go back to the wall, back to the wall, back to the wall. So they're short, but it's heavy. So I kept having to put them down because my grip strength is just not there yet. Y'all have seen it when I do my dead hangs. It's like, I'm not worn out, but my hands are. So my grip strength is just like, nope, we're done. But so I had to do all of those exercises, 5 rounds. I think we did of that. We were going to do 6, but he said on the 4th round, if I did really good, then he would cut off the 6th one. Because I was like point of failure on the farmer's carry which was like the last one where I was holding both of them and going back and forth. So I did well, and then on the 5th one, he let me switch the weights for the farmer's carry from the 44 pounds down to the 35 pounds, and it was point of failure with that because we had already done 4 sets. So I was like, my left hand was like, I am done. Like I was trying to not get it to like fall on my foot, and yeah, so that was the workout. The challenge for this week is ridiculous. I'll try to remember to insert a picture here, but last week when everything was snowed out, the challenge was swimming. So it was a half a mile, which I do more than that every week. Whenever we do the PT in the pool, we're always doing laps. So he said I can run them or I can swim them. So that will not be bad. I've done the wet mile a couple of times too, so half a mile is not going to be a problem. So he said I could still do that one because most people were not at the gym last week. So I was like, okay, so what I will probably do is do that challenge instead, because this one for this week, I'm like, oh my goodness, 100 pull-ups is the first part. And I told him, I said, most people can't do pull-ups, especially when you're talking about women, like the physicality and the amount of training that it takes to be able to do a pull-up. And then you're talking about someone my size. Yeah, that's like unheard of. But I can, and I wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't been training for over 6 months, but I can do assistive pull-ups now. So he said that was fine. I could do the assistive pull-up. So I might try it. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know, but there's 100 of those, and then it's like 200 squats, 2 miles on the treadmill, which will be 40 minutes of me walking on the treadmill. That's not too bad. And then 100 push-ups, which again, those are going to have to be modified for me. I'm not going to ask, I'm just going to do the wall push-ups. I can do the girl push-ups, but I don't want to do 100 of them. I'm telling you, it's harder on my knees, and it doesn't really make much difference with my arms. So, I don't know. I might do like an elevated push-up, so it's harder than the wall, but my knees aren't on the ground. So I might do something like that, where you use like a step or something so that you're inclined and you do a push-up. We'll see. But yeah, and I'm not going to be able to go to the 5-point class, the nutrition class or whatever that they're going to have this week, because it is today, I believe. And so I had like 3 things scheduled at the same time. So I had the League of Arts meeting, which if the other thing goes well, I'm not going to be able to be in the League of Arts this year, because they're wanting to put in a term where if you join it, you have to go to 3 meetings during the year, and all the meetings are going to be at the same time as the other thing that I'm doing. So yeah, so there was the nutrition that was going to be tonight, and that meeting that was going to be tonight. But the other thing that I'm actually going to do, so I'm not doing the other 2, because I can't be in 3 places at once, especially because they're in 2 different cities. So the other thing that I have tonight that I am doing is the Choral Society for Western Kentucky University, which is where I graduated from. So yeah, so that is tonight. There's tryouts. So I have like a 5-minute tryout. Hopefully I will make it. If I don't make it, then I might be in this church choir for the church that I visited, because they need an alto, and I'm a mezzo, so I can do alto and soprano. I don't have the highest of the high notes, but I do have the lowest of the low notes with the alto. I didn't really explain that right. So I have the full alto range, and I have the full standard soprano range, but typical sopranos still have a couple notes after their like standard range, and I don't have all of it. Like, I'm not getting up into C6s and all that stuff. I probably can with more training, but that's going to take a lot of time. So there's still, my phone ran out of storage space, so I just had to transfer all the files. And then while the files were transferring, I asked Bear if he wanted to go on a walk. And at first he was like slow to be like, yeah, you know. And then when I was transferring the files, that's when he started doing his moaning and groaning. He was like, you know, like, okay, baby, okay, let's go. So we went. And then my husband was like, yeah, I remember when we used to have like timed walks, like there were specific times of the day where we would walk in when we were in the apartment, so he had like a schedule. And he was like, when I would get home, he'd get really excited because he knew that it was time to go for a walk. And so he's like, we could do that. I said, yeah, because that kind of seems to be the thing with when I get back from the gym in the morning. He's already excited, like he knows what's coming. Like as soon as I hit the door, before I even asked him if he wanted to do it, it was like he was waiting. Like he knew what he wanted. Like he just looked at me. And so anyway, the roads weren't that safe yesterday when I took him for a walk, and I had my headphones in, so I was like listening to my phone read to me. And so today I didn't bring anything, basically because there's like ice where the yellow line would be, so everyone's driving in the middle of the road. So I always walk against traffic so that I can see vehicles coming, whereas if I walk with traffic, I'm relying on them to see me, and I don't trust that. So, but when there's just one lane, you can't really, and then if you've got like a distraction, it's harder to keep up with. So today I just didn't. But there are other roads that are getting much clearer, so that's good. I let Bear have full autonomy today, and I was like, all right, buddy, which direction do you want to go in? So I was just going to take him to the stop sign, but he chose the other direction. So we walked a bit more, and then we walked back. And I was like, all right, well, at this point, we might as well just do a mile. And so we did a mile-long walk, and he did start slowing down and tiring out towards the end. But so it was 28 minutes for the mile, which is a bit slow. But 17 of the minutes was like an aggressive brisk walk, and then the rest of it was where it slowed down because he was starting to tire out. So, but yeah, the first part of it, he was like dragging me along, so we had a good pace, like when I get on the treadmill. So it was nice. And I was like, yeah, I was, talking to my husband. I was like, yeah, I said, I kind of like doing it right when I get back from the gym, unless it's a swim day, because then I just take a shower at the gym and I'm already clean, so I don't want to get sweaty again. Um, and so anyway, I was like, but yeah, when I get done with like a hard workout, I come home, see his little smiling face, and I'm like, it's like an additional cool down where I get to go take him out. And then when I get back, I'm like, all right, let me fix breakfast, maybe do a thing or two, maybe do lunch, get in the shower, and then do whatever I've got to do for the afternoon. So I might do another walk with him. I really enjoyed this one, but he was wearing out. So once we hit the mile, I was like, okay, baby. He like went over into the field and was just kind of sniffing around, and I was like, I think he's done. And I was like, I'm ready to go eat something. So we turned around. But yeah, it was a mile, so that was good. I don't know how many steps I got in because I was not swinging my arms a lot, and that's kind of how it counts the steps is when your arms are swinging. So who knows? And I did half a mile on the treadmill earlier, so I've done a mile and a half, just with intentional exercise. So I'm at 4,842 steps. Why is it every time I like turn my wrist to show you, it like goes out? There you go. I know it's like sideways, but I can't contort my wrist like that. Okay, so that's my steps right now, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're halfway to the step count goal, so that's awesome. I might take him out again after lunch, but I am feeling still a little sweaty from this last workout, so I don't know. I kind of want to just go get in the shower and get in some comfy clothes for a while. But I don't even know what I want for breakfast. But I need something, but I need to start making my breakfast have more protein, and I'm not quite sure how to do that because I don't have eggs as an option. And I don't want to be having a ton of meat just because it's more expensive. So, yeah. I mostly just been doing like some yogurt and sausage for protein in the breakfast because I just put the yogurt in the pancakes. I might double my sausage because they're only 100 calories. So I could have 4 instead of 2, and that would give me, I want to get like 50 grams. I think would be good to get like 50 grams of protein in for breakfast. So, and milk and stuff has protein too. So I might do my coffee in the morning as well. And, yeah, I am in the mood for a coffee after all that. I'm cold. It's 27 degrees outside. I don't know what it is this second, but it was 27 degrees on my way home. My computer says the temperature is 32 degrees, so it went up. That's good. All right. You'll find out what I eat when I show you. I'm going to try to be reminding to tell y'all like what I'm reading when I'm reading it. So for my new like in the car driving book, we are listening to Wings of Frost and Fury by Rebecca Kinney. When I say listening to, I'm not actually listening to the audiobook. I have the ebook, and I have the ebook read out loud to me. Because there's like the Kindle assisted reader, so it will read it. It's the same thing that people use when they're blind, and it reads stuff on the screen out loud to them. So it's that. So it's like a computer voice, but it's gotten more human sounding. But anyway, so that's what I've been listening to while I'm driving. So I listened to some of that. I didn't listen to it on the way to the gym, but I listened to it when I was on the treadmill and when I was on the bike. And if I go on another walk today, I might try. I might try that. Or if I do some house cleaning. I did dishes yesterday, so. But also I tend to listen to books or watch a YouTube video when I'm cooking. So yeah, I've already gotten halfway done with the book. So if you like Ruby Dixon books, you like slightly quirky but strong women with agency that also like own their sexuality, and you like men that can be alpha male energy, but they're not like that with the woman. It's like cinnamon roll with the woman that they're falling for. I love those, and that's what I get with the Rebecca Kinney. But yeah, the Ice Planet Barbarian series in particular, if you like that, I really think you would like this dragon series that she's got going on. But they're not the same, but they feel the same. So, like in a good way. It gives you the same vibes. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Rebecca Kinney book if you liked the Ruby Dixon book, but I'm gonna go fix me some breakfast. So this is an example of why you should probably, well, I mean, I couldn't really log the exact amounts before weighing stuff, but like it would have been helpful to try to put it in there because this is 781 calories. So if I was a short person, this would be over half my daily allotment. I was just trying to get as much protein as I could. I only had 2 bagels left, So I wanted to use them before they get moldy and stuff because I've had them for a while. But anyway, so here's what I've got going on. I've got one bagel. You know, I just put it in half, so it's like I'm having two bagels. And then I have some almond butter. And then I've got less than a gram of honey. It didn't even weigh it on my scale. Then I have 4 little mini sausages. So like for example, this was like 1 serving of almond butter, which was 190 calories. I do have PB2. So when the almond butter runs out, which it almost has, I'm going to try doing PB2, and that'll be a lot less calories, but still give me the protein. And then the bagel was 230 calories, I think. It's cinnamon raisin. And then I just logged like 3 calories for the honey because for 21 grams, the pure honey that I have is like 70 calories, something like that. And I didn't even use a gram, so I just put in a couple calories. And then my little sausages, I have 4 of them here, which is 220 calories total. This gave me most protein, and this has already gone cold since I've been making other stuff, so I might have to warm that up after I have my cinnamon raisin bagels. Then I have 3/4 a cup of vanilla, no sugar, like Greek yogurt. And then I have my coffee. So this is 70 calories for that. And then the coffee is like around 50 calories. So what I have in there is I have 2 ounces of chocolate milk. That's the only thing that has calories in here. Then I have the 0 calorie, 15 milliliters of the Mateo's thin hazelnut, I think is what I used, the flavor. I don't know. And then I have the caramel latte is the coffee flavor, and it logs it as 9 calories, but I think the coffee, if it's black, it's actually just 0 calories. But anyway, that's all that's in there. However, I did do really good with the protein. So the protein was 53 grams. So I made my goal of protein. It was just a lot more calories than I was expecting. So yeah, be careful with that. It'll be fine for me because at this time, I slammed that really loudly, but it's already 11 o'clock. So this is going to be my breakfast and lunch. I might have something small, like a snack or something like that, before I go tonight. I still got half a piece of chicken breast and a little bit of rice left over from the other day, so I might have that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm having a really big brunch. It is now 11:32. My sweet little bear, oh my goodness, he was just laying down right behind my chair. I just finished eating. I was like, let me get out my workout notebook, so I can log stuff on here, because it does have meal plans, so I need to figure that out so we don't run into a situation today where it's like 700 calories in a meal. But also it has the workout stuff, so it's going to fill that out. So I figured, I was like, all right, I'll put in my new Demi Lovato album that I got for Christmas. It's not one of her new albums, but I just haven't listened to it yet, and I got it for Christmas, so I wanted to listen to it. And so I was like, I need a Bear Bear to back up so that I can move my chair and not run over him. So I just kind of reached over and I pet him, and he looked at me. I was like, oh, you're so cute. And then he stood up. I didn't ask him to get up. He just stood up. And well, when I was petting, I was like petting his face and everything. I was like, what do you want, baby? Do you want anything? Do you want anything? He just looked at me like, and then I was like, do you want to go on a walk? And y'all just heard him get up again. Look at this baby. I was like, do you want to go on another walk? And he got up real quick. And I was like, really now? Really? I looked at him. You little yawning boy. I looked at him. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Y'all, we just went on a mile walk. All I've done since going on the mile walk was finish my breakfast. I don't know how long it took me to eat it. I told y'all when I made it and all that stuff. But anyway, it's 11:34. Like, I just got done with my last bite. Just finished off my coffee. I will say, the 53 grams or whatever, oh my goodness, I am busting at the seams. Like, I am so full. I think I need to go, like, pee before I take you out. But I am going to give him another walk because he wants one. And then I need to unload my dishwasher and reload it because we let dishes get out of control during the ice storm because we weren't able to run it or anything. So I need to do that. And then there might be some laundry to fold because I think my husband did some laundry last night. So he usually will start the laundry and switch it over, and I fold it, and then we both put away our own stuff. But yeah, I don't want to fill out my exercise planner and my other planner, my like just regular daily planner. I've kind of been using it as like a memory planner. But I've got about 4 hours left before I need to be on my way to go to my audition. So I'm gonna go do that. We're just gonna do a short one this time because I'm bloated and full. But I think it'll be good so that I don't get sleepy. Because when I get this full, I just want to go take a nap. But I also need to take a shower The 2 dishes we have in here, he run it in my popcorn bowl from last night. And the last popcorn bowl before that was in here too, so. He's so cute, y'all. He did not do a poopy with me last time. He might try to do a poopy with me this time. But anyway, yeah, when we get back, I think I'm just gonna, I might get right in the shower. I'm not sure. He's so cute, baby. You're so cute, baby. Also thinking about getting my nails done, and also thinking about getting a pair of blue jeans. That's a size 12. Because I think I've gotten down to that. And also, if I can get any clearance exercise pants, because this is the second pair of exercise pants, these things, that are loose now. Like, I'm having to pull it up over my belly where I'm fattest to keep on my body, because otherwise they're just falling off. So, I also have some clothes that are size 22s, and I think it's safe for me to just go ahead and take those to like a Plato's Closet or something, see if I can get some money for them. And then if not, just, you know, donate it. I don't like giving anything to Goodwill, though, anymore. I used to do Goodwill all the time, but there's better places to do that. So what I tend to do is if I can sell it and get some money back with, like, the Play-Dohs and stuff, I'll do that, because why not get money? But then if they don't take it, there are some, like, ministry-type centers. And also, actually, up here, there's places that will take clothes and stuff. And it is winter, so I might do that. I might just do that anyway, because I'm not in dire need of money. But if I did get some, it would be great, because then I could use that to refurbish my my clothes that I need. Especially because a lot of these items, like stuff like this, is like $50 on sale. These were probably like $74 normal, because plus size stores are expensive. The t-shirts, like the regular graphic t-shirts, are $44. I am so looking forward to being able to fit into clothes that cost like $10 instead of a bunch of money. Someone did mention in one of my previous videos to, as I'm downsizing, just try to go to a thrift store. The reason why, so I have done that, but the reason why I haven't been doing that, like the last time, and I just go straight to the mall, is because places like Goodwill have raised their prices to where if I go to a clearance rack at the mall, I can get something that's actually new and in style, and not have as hard a time searching for it. I can have the convenience and all of that, and have the similar price to what I'm getting if I did Goodwill. So that's why I'm like, no, I just go straight to the mall. But the last time when I was getting like gold clothes, I did do Goodwill. So I do that sometimes, but in general, I feel like I would rather just pay for something that's not worn out already, and just get something on clearance. I always look at clearance racks. I don't really buy anything full price with clothing. So, hey baby. Now, one of the cool things is I do want to have like a capsule type wardrobe when I do get down to my regular size. So that would be something where like you might spend $100 for a piece of clothing, because if your size is never going to change, you can use it for the rest of your life. So you can have like a really quality like coat or something, for instance, like a leather coat or something like that, which I don't really, I mean, I would want the quality to like last, but I also wouldn't want something where they kill an animal to make it. I don't like that. But if the animal's already dead, or if it's like a sheep and you're getting the coat and it's not harming the animal, that's fine. But I don't know how all that works. I'd have to look into it more, but you're so cute, baby. You're so cute. But all I'm saying is that ever since I started gaining weight, I would say after size 16, I kind of didn't care about fashion and stuff anymore. I was just like, what can I get for the cheapest that fits and that is comfortable? But before that, I was very much so into like fashion. So I'm looking forward to being able to get back to that. But this one's being very, very patient. Right here, backed up against me. He really wants to go. So I need to go to the bathroom and then take him, and he's probably going to go to the bathroom too. Ain't you? All right. Check in with you later. I asked Tubbs if he wanted to go on a walk with us, and he said yes. So I led Bear most of the way. Now we're almost home. So he took over. But yeah, Bear Bear's wearing out. We're at, let's see how many miles we got. 1.46? That's good. And we're still going. 1.56 miles, 33 minutes. Look at my wild hair. Because I had my coat hood over me. So yeah. I'm going to fill out my planner, and then I'm going to go shower. I will be listening to this one. Don't forget. Da 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 da. Don't you forget. Da 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 no. Da da no. Da da no. No no. Anyway, doesn't this look cool? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right. My record player. Record player. Record player. Record player. 340 calories, 27 grams of protein. Let me show you what I've got going on for my lunch. So I've got half a piece of chicken breast left over from the other night. This is the last of the chicken. My husband just didn't eat half of one. Like I'd split it in half, so each of us could have a chicken breast and a half, and he just ate his whole one and left this one. There's still some rice left, but I still just stuck with the 1 cup serving. Yeah, so that's what's in here. So I'll stir that up and everything and chop up the chicken a little bit more. And then I wanted to try this, which is the Orange Squeeze Olipop. And this has prebiotics and a bunch of other stuff in there. And I wonder if it has iron, because if it does, it might become a daily thing for me. Okay, it doesn't say... okay, it doesn't say... It says that it's not a significant source of iron. Okay. Anyway. So, why I was saying the iron thing is because I did get a call earlier today that my lab work came back from the rheumatologist that I saw the week before last, and I do have anemia again. So, the good news is that I think that explains the heart palpitations, because I used to get them all the time when I was super anemic, and then I was no longer anemic, and so then they told me I didn't have to take my daily iron pill anymore, but then being off the iron pill, now I'm anemic again, so... And I looked at my food stuff too. Even with me eating mostly whole foods, I'm only getting half of the daily regimen for iron. Same thing with like the protein. My protein intake is very low, and like I'm trying to get more protein. And my like the blood work for my protein in my blood level is very low. So I need to be eating even more protein than I am. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so this is what I'm having for lunch. I'm really excited. This is a new flavor. I haven't tried it yet. A new flavor for me. I'm new to the Olipop brand. This is only my 4th one that I'm trying from them. So it was in the calories. I am below 1,200 still for the day, even after this. And tonight is going to be 2 pork chops and some asparagus is my plan. That's my plan, which is going to be less than 400 calories. So we're still looking at like 1,500 calorie day, even if I throw in a snack of like grapes or something. So that's why I was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do lunch. Satiation-wise, I am still full from breakfast. Like, I don't really want to eat right now, but if I don't, I'm not going to get another chance. So there's other things that I want to get done. So like I folded clothes since y'all have last seen me. I showered. So the other thing I want to do is unload the dishwasher and put all that stuff away, which I was supposed to do when I was cooking, and I didn't even think about it. I don't even know what I was doing while it was microwaving for 2 minutes. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I might have went to the bathroom. That might have been what I did, or I got dressed. I think I got dressed. I don't know. But anyway, I say dressed, but all I did was put on a nightgown. Anyway, my lower back is hurting. I was struggling a little bit on the second walk with my ankles. We did the farmer's carries during the workout today, so when we went for the second walk, I think my body had got to sit down for a little while, so then it was like, ooh, like how it stiffens up once it gets to sit for a minute. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm glad we did get moving when we did, because I might not have been able to get up. But now my lower back hurts. This is the first day of my period. I started like at bedtime last night, so that explains the lower back stuff. But also my iron is low, and I'm also severely vitamin D deficient, which leads to lower back pain. I do take 50,000 units of that twice a week. Yeah, my body doesn't absorb and process things the way that it's supposed to. So I have a lot of deficiencies, which is one of the reasons why y'all have heard me say on here, like, I have no intentions and don't think I'm eligible for any of the weight loss procedures that they do. Because, one, I'm already deficient in a bunch of vitamins and stuff, and you're more likely to become even more deficient if you do one of those surgeries. And I talked to someone that had the surgery, so she was like, yeah, they'll make sure you take these pills and stuff. So basically, you're just setting yourself up to have supplements for the rest of your life, and I don't want that on top of the ones I already have to take. And then the other reasons why I don't want to do that surgery is because I have acid reflux. Now, I have not had the actual reflux part where I've noticed it in a couple of years. I kind of solved that by taking certain steps on my own. However, when I got the colonoscopy done, they were like, yeah, we see damage there. You're still having the reflux. It's just not like coming all the way up. And so I have to take acid reflux medicine for that. And that's another thing where it like pretty much makes you ineligible for one of the surgeries. And then there's also bowel issues that can come along from the surgeries, like dumping syndrome and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I already have stomach issues. I'm not signing up for a lifetime of more of those. So that's why I'm just like, no to that. And then that was the other thing that she was telling me about. The GLP-1s also have symptoms. I think mostly with the digestive stuff, like the going to the bathroom. I haven't really looked into GLP-1s that much just because I want to see how much I can get off on my own. And because it's one of those things where it's like, if I don't lose it on my own, I'm more likely to just gain it back, because if you're not making the changes to get the weight down, you're probably not going to make the changes to keep it off. However, after like 50 pounds of weight loss, which I'm 30 pounds away, if a doctor was like, hey, this medicine's available, it's just going to aid you and make things go faster, and then we can take you off and all this other stuff, then maybe, because I've already accepted the fact that I'm going to have to get less weight loss, like skin removal surgery, just because I have so much to lose. There's no way I'm not going to need it. Like, my boobs could already use it. Just the saggy bags. But, so I've already kind of accepted that, which is the one reason. The other reason to do weight loss naturally is that you can kind of control the speed at which you lose the weight, whereas with the surgeries or the GLP-1s, you're rapidly losing weight, and it is highly, highly likely that you're going to have a ton of loose skin and more loose skin than you would if you did like weight training while doing a calorie deficit along the way. But I don't know, maybe you could just make sure you're doing enough of the training and, you know, have certain numbers for your protein goal that you need to hit every day that would make it similar and just faster. I don't know. So I'm not saying that GLP-1s are completely out of the question, but the weight loss surgeries are. There's just too many health issues related to that I'm not willing to do. I'm making good progress. I've lost over 20 pounds now, even since the day I started recording this. So we're at less than 100 days. We're at less than 90 days. We are, I actually know what day we're on. Okay. We are on day 85 today. Day 85. And I've lost over 20 pounds. So I have no intention of slowing down. All right, that's a really good weight loss, and I'm gaining muscle at the same time. So yeah, it's taken a lot of work, but I'm willing to put in the work, and there's still lots of habit changes that I need to make along the way, that I've never really made, like getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. Those are things I'm really, really bad at. So yeah, there's lots to do. If I hit a plateau, that I can be like, you know, even before that, I need to try to implement it. But especially if I did hit a plateau, there are things that I can do still that aren't increasing working out or eating less that would help reduce the weight. So I'm not worried about the plateau stuff right now. But that's all that. My husband keeps asking me about, he wants me to get a new phone. He doesn't like that mine has a switch on it where I can like turn it to vibrate or silent, because sometimes it gets hit accidentally and then I don't pick up the phone because I don't hear him calling. I'm like, dude, you're the one that keeps your phone on vibrate permanently and doesn't answer when I call sometimes. But I told him, I said, we do not need to spend any money on me to get a new phone when I have a perfectly functioning phone. But yeah, he's been asking me, so what kind of phone do you want, like all week? I'm like, I do not need a phone right now. But I did tell him what I might need is some new workout pants and bras, because I'm shredding on the legs and on the boobies, and I'm falling out of all my bras. I'm constantly having to adjust them, and then with the pants, they're really loose, like the workout stuff. So I might need some of that. So I was like, hey, for Valentine's Day, you might want to just take me to the mall. I can get a couple items I need, but not me going out and going, because I feel like if I go, I'm going to spend $100 on stuff just to spend money, and I don't want to get into that habit. I want to get out of that habit. So I need to eat before this video goes cold. I put away all the dishes and edited 2 videos. The second one is rendering right now. The other one just got posted. I had one of these. It did absolutely nothing to satisfy the hunger. Nothing. And I ate it slow and everything. So I'm probably just hungry because I'm kind of cold, and I've already got over 10,000 steps for the day so far. Crumbs from that on the desk. Let me show you my miles, if my watch will ever stay there long enough. Alright, there you go. 10,482 steps, which is how many miles? And this is not all of it, because I wasn't swinging my arms when I did the treadmill, the half mile on the treadmill, so I probably did a little over 5 miles. So this has 4.64 miles. And I'm at like 1,200 calories, even with this snack. So, yeah. And I'm still drinking my soda, but it's almost gone. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and get dressed. It is 4 o'clock. I have my audition at 5:45. So I do have to leave. Traffic gets really bad at 5 o'clock where I'm going. And it's like 40 minutes away because it's across town where I'm going. So I need to get, I was going to say going. I was like, that would be like 4 times in a row. Well, I wound up saying it anyway when I explained to you that I was going to say it. But anyway, husband wants to go get something. I don't know what he said he wanted, but it's not going to take him 2 hours to do. So I might try to convince him to still go with me because if I don't make the team, we can go do something fun. And it would only be like 15 minutes of me being in there for my audition. And then the parking, so it's on a college campus. I don't have a parking pass because it's after 4:30. I think the lot is fine, and he like said which lot to park in, but I might be the only person that's alumni and not a current student that's auditioning. So I will find that out today. But yeah, if he comes with me, then I don't have to worry about parking at all. He can just sit in the car for a minute, and then I'll tell him if I made it or not. If I made it, then he can go find something to do for 2 hours, and then come pick me up and we can go home. But yeah, there's other things that I want to do, but now I've waited around too long. Um, but I can send him on a mission. Like, he knows what bras I have, so I can be like, all right, just get me, the same style, but like 2 sizes down. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hope this practice is short. I don't want to do the full practice. Um, I'm not too worried about whether I'm going to make it or not, because I'll just take whether I make it or not as a sign of that was how it's supposed to be. So if I make it, great. If I don't make it, it just means I have less stuff on my schedule that I'm committed to, which is also a win. So it's like, either way, I'm good with the end result, because one means I'll have more time, and one means I'll be able to, like, have another community type group that I'm in. So I'm good either way. What I did try out for um, the one that was like the current students one, I tried out for that in like 2013. I did not get it. However, my friend that did get in said I chose a really bad song for my voice, and I think she was probably right. And didn't know how to sight read music at all. Um, and yeah, I was nervous. I didn't have any actual vocal training. Now I've had 6 months under my belt. I've sang in front of strangers that in a non-karaoke setting, like with the recital. So it's like I feel like I can do this. I can do this. I know she wouldn't have asked me to try out if she didn't think I could actually sing, because she's in the group too. So why would you encourage someone to join it if they're going to bring down the group? Like, you would only want people that are actually good at it to do it. So I think it'll go okay, but I don't know how competitive it is. I know there's like 5 new members that are trying out. I don't know if there is only a certain amount of people that are allowed in, because they also have returning members also have to try out for their spot. One thing that does give me a leg up is I think most of the names that I saw that signed up may have been men. Um, so I'm probably not really competing with them at all, because we wouldn't be in the same singing role. And then with the women, the one thing that's a good thing is that I'm a mezzo soprano. So I can do the alto part or the soprano part. My voice is most comfortable in the middle of both of those ranges, but I can reach the low end of the alto, and I can get up to the functional soprano stuff. I'm not doing all the whistle notes, but that's not functional soprano. So like a lot of sopranos, they could easily get there. I can't easily get to that part. I could train to get to that part, but I'm not quite there with all your Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande whistle notes. But anyway, that's not going to be, there's not ever going to be songs that they choose for a group choral thing that are going to be going above like an F5, which I can do. And that's what she was telling me. She's like, you have the full range for both, for what the songs would call for. So, and I have a lot of really low notes too. I could actually sing the male part. A lot of times when I was doing the mezzo soprano, and they would flip-flop me depending on how many people were available for like altos versus sopranos. So if they needed more of one side, they would just switch me on the day of, and I would just have to fill in. So I've done other choirs where I have had to try out. So I was in the Navy choir when I was at A school. So A school had like a church choir thing you had to audition for. So I did that and I got it. So yeah, I've got experience, and I've done church choirs, which we just called praise and worship teams. It wasn't like the robe-wearing ones. The Navy one was a robe-wearing one, but the other ones weren't. So I have a lot of experience, but this feels like the big leagues, Feels like the big leagues. But yeah, so I want to get in, but I'm also not stressing it, which I think can only help keep the nerves calm, but I say that now, and then as I'm like walking to the building, I probably will get super nervous. So we'll see. I'll let you know how it goes in the end. The nerves have set in, but I'm here 30 minutes early, so I have plenty of time to get there. So I am done. As you can see, it is now dark outside. My husband's coming from the parking lot to come pull me up. But yeah, this is the university I graduated at, WKU. It's big. This is just a tiny part of it. But anyway, so the audition went well, but I did not get in for this semester. So what I mean by that, oh, now he's calling. I wasn't out here when he pulled up, so he had to, there was traffic behind him, so he had to go around and come back and get me. Anyway, so the audition did actually go well, though. The singing was not the problem. He said I have a very beautiful voice, and I have a very good ear for the music, because we had to like pick out notes and match it. But I did not know how to sight read. I knew how to read the note, like the music notes, but sight reading it, like it's something you've never seen before, haven't had a chance to look at, just go. Not my forte. However, they are doing a sight reading class, and it's going to be free. So I'm going to do that for this semester, and then next semester I'll be able to try out for the course again, and I should be good, because that was the only thing that was holding me back from it, he said. So, and he let me stay for this rehearsal to see how it was, and yeah, I definitely understand why he says like sight reading is a must. You do need it. You're using foreign languages for these songs, so lots of new experiences, but I did have fun. And now I have a direction to go for and a goal for it, so that's good. It is like 9 o'clock already, so nobody wanted to cook dinner. I didn't want to cook dinner because pork chops would have taken a little bit, and so I did my easy breezy dinner, which is like 3 ounces or so, something like that, of chicken breast strips. And then 1 serving of shredded cheese, which is 28 grams. And then I did like a cup or a cup and a half, something like that, of the refried beans. I use like half the can of refried beans. And then I just microwaved it for 2 minutes and stirred it up so it's like steaming hot. And then I've got 1 serving of chips. I didn't want to break chips in half, so it's 29 grams instead of 28. Oh well. And then I still need to get more hydration in because I've not had enough fluid ounces yet today. So we're going to get this in. Also, I am like, my joints, it's not just my lower back right now. It's all of them, but also like the back of my rib cage, not the front, but the back of my rib cage. It hurts. It all hurts. So yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. This definitely in the past would have been a go to McDonald's, get something fatty and salty, like the I always wanted to go for a big Mountain Dew with no ice, so it would last longer and not get watered down, and large fry with all the salt. Yeah, that would have been my go-to in a moment like this. But I did not. I came home. We avoided the restaurants. But yeah, I'm feeling it. But anyway, so I'm gonna have this body armor, and everything's logged. I think I'm at like 1900 calories, 1900 or 1910, something like that. So I still got a little bit left, and because I could get up to 2000. So I probably will have my little ice cream treat, which I think is 50 calories. But I did go for the body armor for the drink, because this is only 10 calories instead of another one of the Ollie Pops, because I did kind of want a soda feel, but it would have been more calories, and I already had one today, and some of them have caffeine, and I did not need any caffeine this late at night, so. But yeah, I am aching, so it is time for me to just eat and relax for the rest of the night, so that's what I'm going to do. Yesterday, I weighed in at 288.2. I also did over 12,000 steps, and I had a full 1 hour session with a personal trainer. Um, and I ate 1,900 calories, which is like 100 calories less than what my deficit is supposed to be. So, theoretically, I definitely should have lost some weight. Do I think that it's going to happen? No. Why? Because the scale does me dirty, and sometimes the harder I work, I just gain because my body is inflamed and stuff. Um, I am on my cycle, so that might be a why I went up a little bit on the second. Um, but right now I'm so sore. My husband had to help me out of bed. I feel everything. I can barely squeeze my hands because my forearms got to work out. But yeah, I'm so sore. I'm probably holding on to some water because it was very intense yesterday. Well, we'll see. 387.5. Okay, so basically it just went down to Monday's weight. Or not Monday, Sunday was weight. It's the same as Sunday. Alright. Alright, it is 11 o'clock, but I still wanted to do some breakfast, so this is my breakfast. It's just one cinnamon raisin bagel with like a half serving of almond butter, because that was all that I had left, and then less than a gram of honey. As lunch, I've got one slice of ham, one slice of the Colby Jack cheese, and then, of course, my two little pieces of sourdough bread, one Granny Smith apple sliced, and then my signature coffee that is 0 calories until you add 2 ounces of chocolate milk. So it's like 40-calorie coffee, and it's got my poop scoop in there for digestion. So, yeah. I want some quick energy. I actually do need like some caffeine today because I'm just like I'm going to play Kirby with my hubs because we haven't done a video game in a couple of days. I thought I was going to have a meeting at 1:30, but they still aren't back to starting those meetings yet, so I didn't have to go to that. And then I have a plan today to go to the gym in an hour and a half from now to be there and do 2 hours. But also my body is like, I want to rest and not do that today. So I haven't really made a firm decision on if I'm going to do those 2 workout classes back to back or not, or if I'll just do one, or if I won't do any. This is like my heavy flow day. But anyway, I did want to try another Olipop since these do have some caffeine in it. Because like my coffee doesn't do anything to me caffeine wise. Like that's the thing with like ADHD too. Like some amount of caffeine, not a lot, but like some amount of caffeine will actually help you focus. And it does not keep me awake. I do that on my own. So anyway, this one is an interesting flavor. So it is cream soda, and it's got fluffy sweet marshmallow cream straight out of the jar. Cream soda blends irresistibly decadent natural vanilla flavors with premium pure vanilla extract for a sumptuous smooth soda you'll savor. So I'm hoping this is going to be like a sweet root beer because I did not like their actual root beer and I haven't found a root beer alternative yet because root beer is like my favorite. So anyway, I'm going to try it. This is my first time having this flavor. And yeah, this might become a staple, especially if they're on sale because I've actually enjoyed these. I like my Coke Zeros as well, and they don't have any calories, but there's not a lot of different flavors. I have no nails. I can't open this. Can you open the can? Seriously? You can't open the can? I have like no fingernails. He's getting the game out. He's like, I'm busy. Oh, you know what? He's got a fork right here. We'll do that. Alright. Oh my goodness. I don't want to spew it on me either. Okay, there we go. Fork to the assist. It looks clear. Are they all clear? It's like a clear drink. That's nice. I taste the marshmallow for sure. Yeah, I really like this one. I'm trying to think of like, it kind of, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like a s'mores Pop-Tart if it were a soda. That's exactly what it tastes like, a s'mores Pop-Tart if it were a soda. So yeah, highly recommend. It is 50 calories, so I would not have more than one in a day. But if you want an energy drink that's not going to bust your calories if you're a big girl like me and have, 2,000 of them to lose weight, go for it. I really enjoy that. It is 3 o'clock, by the way. It's like half the day's over. I did talk to my brother. I video called him because I was missing the babies. I wanted to come see everybody, but he's working on some stuff in the basement, and their mama's trying to sleep. My husband's moving my phone and showing my boobies. Kirby for a bit, and then I was hungry for a snack. So I'm gonna have some little yogi bites. So it's different kinds of nuts, as you can see, and then a couple of little yogurt pieces, and like fruit, dried fruit, and then one little slice of cheese, and then I'm still drinking on my Olipop. Here is dinner. It's the same thing I had last night. It's just some little tortilla chips, and then chicken, cheese, and refried beans. And then I'm just finishing off my Olipop still. All right, I'm ending the night with one of these suckers. It is 60 calories, and I am ending the night at 1650. Well, technically it's 1650. I mean, sorry, 1648. 2 calories difference for the day, and 82 grams of protein. So not quite the 90 grams. I ran out of my yogurt, so I gotta get some more of that. But also, I was like 125 or something grams yesterday, so it'll be okay. I did not go to the gym. I have not recovered at all as far as soreness from the gym and all the exercise that I did yesterday. So I just let myself have an actual rest day. And like I said, it's also my heavy flow day. So, yeah. But tomorrow, I got to get back in the gym. I have a 1 hour session, and then I've got other things to do in the afternoon. So, we will see how that goes. But yeah, still just like closing my fist like this is a lot for my forearm muscle. I can feel it from those farmer's carries. Okay, I did some math, and I'm going to make a goal with a date. Is it completely within my control? I don't know. I don't know. I did do some math, and it looks like I've been averaging the whole time since I've started with the filming. So we've done like 83 days, something like that. And so I've lost over 20 pounds. So per week, it's been like 1.7 pounds on average. So even though January, I lost like a pound for the whole month, it was pretty much like just stable. It still wound up averaging out for me. I just lost a lot more in the beginning than I did in the end. And I think this week is going to be really good for me to see how the scale fluctuates with me not eating just to meet the calories. So like if like I am focusing on, instead of like going for a snack, I just go ahead and have a meal, unless I'm not like super hungry, but I need to eat for energy or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'll have something little to tie me over, like I did today. But yeah, not feeling the need to get to the 2,000 calories, but also trying to be more so around the like 1,500-ish range. Above that, like I don't need to be going below 1,500, but being at like 1,500 on the days where I'm sedentary. Because I'm thinking that my BMR has probably changed now that I've lost over 20 pounds. And I'm also have become a lot more physically fit. So the workouts and stuff probably are not burning as much calories. I was checking my heart rate. And so I did like a really aggressive weightlifting workout the other day, and my heart rate was at like 130, whereas it used to be at like 170. So I don't necessarily think that I'm burning as many calories, even though I'm putting in as much work. And my body's only changed by like, however many percent. I think I've gone down like 1.6% body fat in general. So yeah, so I still have a long, long ways to go, but this week I'm being very strict about not going over that 2,000 calories on any day. And then, yeah, I'm paying attention, and I'm trying to remember to take my poop scoop every day, because that's going to help with constipation and stuff. This week's not going to be perfect because I am on my cycle, and with the period, it can cause you to retain water or become more constipated, and so the weight's not necessarily going to be a perfect reflection. But I think having discipline and telling myself, hey, I'm going to stick to this strictly for this week is a good thing. And then so that means even if I have a plateau for a couple days, or if I am gaining weight for a couple days, I'm not going to do a refeed day, even though that's always worked in the past. And y'all have seen it, how the refeeds work with me and then the weight comes off. I want to see what the powering through it looks like, because the body will eventually release it. So I want to see how much will it release. Because when it's been doing it with the refeed days, it's been like, 2 to 3 pounds, like overnight the next day. But I'm wondering, will it just be more of a delay, but then have an even more dramatic drop if I don't do a refeed day, if I just stay in the calorie deficit. So I want to test that and just see. just see the results. Because they might be showing me one thing, but that might not be a big enough picture. So I know the refeed thing works for me in a short term, but I don't really know what it causes on a long term. And during none of the weeks have I like had, well, one of the initial weeks where I discovered the refeed thing, I was strict. And then I had gained like 3 pounds during one of the points, and I was frustrated. And this was before I started videotaping it. I was frustrated, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go and eat like 3,000, 4,000 calories in a day, and then I dropped weight the next day. That's how I discovered the refeed thing with me. Oh man. But anyway, so I want to really pay close attention this week, and then I'm also trying to curve the snacking and the sweet treats in general. So I do get my one at the end of the day, but I'm trying to keep the sweet treat for the end of the day instead of having it earlier in the day and then possibly having more than one. Um, just to see. I also want to try to be a little bit better about getting sleep and getting in the non-exercise activities, which might not go as well this week just because I already do plan on doing a lot of exercise, and I'm on my cycle. And when I'm on my cycle, it affects the fibromyalgia, it affects the anemia, and so I just become like very weak and fatigued, and it's harder to recover for me. So I'm not gonna kill myself this week. I'm gonna take the rest day if I need it. But I'm hoping like those little changes will help create better habits and go into next week. And then next week I might do something where I try to eat like the same food almost every day, just to see like when we make it where there's no change, we can test different factors to see what contributes to the weight loss. So I think that'll be an interesting experiment to run. But anyway, getting back to the goal thing that I'm setting, based off of the current progress that I've made, including the month where it was like a plateau, and the week where I gained because of vacation. We're just doing it anyway. It got me to like 1.7 pounds a week. So I did some math because I was curious, and I tried on one of the Balin suits I bought. And my girth measurement, like if you've done sewing, it like goes from your shoulder and then it goes under your legs and then onto the next shoulder. My girth is very big because I'm 5'10". But I bought a Balin suit that I could get on me, but it looks like one of those little 80s workout things where you had to wear leggings under it, or part of your coochie would be popping out the sides and your butt cheeks would be hanging out. That's what it currently looks like on me. But we have got like 5 months left before July, and July 1st will be that 6 month mark. So I'm like, okay, let's see how much progress we can do in the next 6 months. Let's actually set a number goal and go for it. So I am going for 250. Um, because I've also looked at like my muscle mass, and I did a calculator for the 24% body fat and all of that, which if I continue to maintain or even gain a little bit of muscle, that'll put me at like 203 pounds, which would be fine for like a final weight. I'd have, that's fine. That's going to be like my assessment area when I get to the 200 is, do we need to go further or are we good? Because like my other number that I haven't hit is 165, but that might be too small for me if I have over 135 pounds of lean mass. Okay. We can't be 0% body fat. We don't want to look like that. And I don't think it's possible. I think you would just die if you were 0% body fat. But anyway, so yeah, that gives us another 21 weeks. 21 weeks. And I will need to lose 1.8 pounds per week in order to meet that goal on average. So there might be plateaus here and there, but I'm just going to keep at it, and we're going to test different variables and see what works. So if you have any ideas for some experiments like drinking a gallon a day, how does that affect it? Or getting 8 hours of sleep every night, how will that affect it? Let me know what kind of challenges or like things you've been told that help with weight loss you would like to see actually tested, and I might try to do some of those experiments. But anyway, I am going to get in the bed because I'm trying to get more sleep, which means I need to be getting into bed now because it's almost 10 o'clock, and I have to be at the gym at 8 in the morning. So I have to wake up earlier than that to get ready and be there on time. So I'm going to read a little while I get ready for bed, but that is it for now. I forgot the thing that I was getting at with the Balin suit is that, so the girth thing, my height's not going to change. All right. But if my gut goes away, then the Balin suit will be able to sit lower and actually cover me like a Balin suit is supposed to. So that's the non-weight goal. So we have the number goal, and we have the being able to fit in that Balin suit by summer goal. Those are the two goals for July the 1st, because it should be getting hot by then. And so those are the two things that I would love to do. Honestly, I'd like to be able to get in the Balin suit by June, because it'll be warm enough to start getting in creeks and all that stuff. So, and my family loves water, so those are the two goals. Let's see how it goes. Yesterday was 287.5. I did skip the gym this morning. I'm still so sore. So I asked if we could do it on Thursday instead. $287.3. Do have some new muscle development, so I wanted to show you. See my arm? When I move my fingers, my muscle moves. Can you see it? It's like right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. But also, let me see if you can do this one. It's moving. Anyway, and then here on my wrist, there's like that dent. There's like the dent above the vein. That wasn't there, as far as I know. So yeah, my forearms are becoming more muscular. Like, I'm not flexing or anything, but if I do, there's like no fat on my forearms. Anyway, Hubs fixed me 2 things of oatmeal. The hair is looking strange. I walk in here and he's just sitting like this. Hello, funny boy. So here's my breakfast. It's 2 little sausages. They're just stacked on top of each other. And then 2 things of oatmeal and then a body armor. Hopefully the sausages are warm enough. Yeah, they're good. Alright. 2 o'clock and I'm going to be eating lunch. So I've got 1 slice of ham, 1 slice of cheese, and it's all melted together with my air fryer slash toaster. Anyway, so I've got that on sourdough, and then I have a little handful of green seedless grapes, and then I have these little rice cakes, and they have like a bunch of seeds and stuff in them too. They taste really phenomenal. But anyway, this is 120 calories for this whole bag, and I am going to be leaving for my piano lesson, which I'm going to have today, and I'm also going to have an hour-long singing lesson because I wasn't able to get into the choir because I didn't know how to sight read. So we're going to start going over some sight reading stuff so that I can get better at that, and then I'll make it next semester, because that was literally the only reason why he didn't let me in, was because I couldn't sight read. And they do move very fast. So anyway, so I'm going to do that, and then I am still going to be doing some choir stuff anyway, so that's why I was like, you know, it might be a good thing if I don't get in, because I am going to do a church choir thing tonight as well and see how that goes. I don't know if I have to audition for that or if I just show up, but we'll see. So I'll just show up for that. So I have 3 things to do tonight, and so I'm not going to be home for, I'm going to be gone for several hours before I'm back home. So I wanted to have me a decent lunch. So I've got that, and then I'll probably have some of these with lunch and then some of them later, because there's quite a few. It's 28 grams worth of like little rice cakes. It's only 6 grams of sugar, and I eat mostly whole food, so I don't have a lot of added sugar in my day, so I should be below the 28 by the end of it. But anyway, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm still drinking my body armor drink. I still got quite a bit. I've got like half of it left from earlier today. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. With all of my lessons, I did find a sucker earlier, so I had that, and I had 3 peppermints. And on my way back, I had my little edamame beans, because I was getting really hungry. But now I have choir practice. Starts in a couple minutes, so I'm going to go in there and do that. And I asked my husband to please cook me pork chops, because I'm not going to be home until like 8 o'clock, and I'm not going to want to cook. And he had already cooked himself some stuff, but I don't need to eat the stuff that he cooked, so I was like, please just cook me the pork chops. Cook me the pork chops. And he said, I'll think about it. So, all right. So hopefully I'll have some pork chops after this. I am already like super hungry. So I'm glad my husband did my pork chops for me. I have the rest of my dinner in the air fryer right now. So I'm doing some homemade fries. I cut up the potato and everything, so it's in there. Oh, I didn't spray it with anything. Oops. And then two little miniature corn on the cobs. And then I've got this sparkling ice strawberry kiwi, and it's just 5 calories. Alright, I'm going to go do a quick spray because I didn't spray it with anything. And then I'm going to eat this. And here's the rest of dinner. It's just the 2 corn on the cobs, a sliced up potato I put in the air fryer, and then some of the Korean barbecue sauce on it. Despite dinner being pretty big in terms of volume, I'm ravenous. And it could be because I've been going even under the 2,000. I've been doing like 1,500 to 1,700 each day. Yeah, I haven't been very active, so I was like, that'll be fine. But it's also been cold, and your body does take more energy to keep you warm when it's cold. So I don't know, but I'm hungry. So I've got 2 little rice cakes here. They're 50 calories each. So I'm going to try to just eat that and then be done for the day, which will have me at like 1,700 something. Still going to be below the 2,000. But yeah, I'm ravenous right now, so I'm going to eat these. Okay. Still hungry, so I'm going to have a can of Vienna sausages. And that will be like 1980-ish. So this has to be the last thing I have to stay under the 2,000. But we're going to do that. It's after 10 o'clock, so I am going to go to bed soon. Yesterday was 287.3. What? This just ticks me off. 289.2. Oh my goodness. I've been under 2,000 every day. 289.2. Goodness. I'm done. Today we're doing what he calls the 21 and done. So basically I do this thing 21 times and then I'm done for that part. And then I'm going to attempt his challenge for the week. And it is a lot. But anyway, so we're going to do 21 squats and some pushing it up in the air with these 35-pound each kettlebells. So it's going to be interesting because I've not done it with that weight. Normally for the pushing it up, I do it with this, which is 18 pounds. So 35 in each hand is going to be a lot more difficult. I haven't used my inhaler yet. I'm going to work up a little out of breathness and then use it. But anyway, let's get started. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm already wearing out, y'all. Okay. Oh. 6. Alright, I'm getting my inhaler. Goodness. Okay, so I just finished those and I had some water. I got to, I think it was 8 with the 70 pounds. And then I was like, I am done with that. So then I moved down to the blue ones and did that to like 11. And I was like, nope. So then I went down to the pink ones, which are the 18 pounds each, 36 pounds. Those I could actually do. So I finished out with those, finished really strong, pumped it out, got through it. So now I'm going to attempt this crazy challenge. So 21 squats are already done, and I've also done 2 miles on the bike. So I'm going to break up some of the stuff into some sets, and I'm going to show you part of it. I don't know how much space I have on my phone for video because I haven't offloaded footage for a while, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But yeah, we're going to start on this crazy challenge. Alright, so one part of the challenge is to do 200 squats. I've already done 21, so we're going to get to 50 for this set, or more if it's going well. I'm going to use this ball for my depth, which, if you see, that is actually where the bend in my knee is, so that will get me a 90-degree squat. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of them that I need to get done. Alright, I might put the camera lower. Alright, y'all ready for this? Alright, y'all can see my muscular legs. Ball's getting away from me. I'm starting to feel it. Ball's going away. Okay, we did 50. Next up, part of it is so it'll be 200 squats total, and then another part is 100 push-ups. I'm gonna do wall push-ups. Yeah, it's probably not gonna be a great view that I could set up for you for that, but I'll try. I can put it here, but you're just gonna see my back. Not all that interesting. I guess that's kind of the best I can do. Maybe if I use this ball. Alright, that'll work. Alright. You see I'm shaking. I'm already shaking. 25. Next is 40 pull-ups. Obviously, I cannot do any regular pull-ups. I'm going to be doing them on the assisted pull-up machine. I'm going to try to get 10. That was 10 with the most assist possible. Now a half mile on the treadmill, and then I gotta do all that 3 more times. Wish me luck. The walk is done. Okay, so that workout took me 1 hour, 23 minutes. I did get through the whole thing, which was surprising. This morning I had 2 50-calorie caramel rice cakes on the way, but I burned off that 100 calories for sure. So I'm hungry, and I am going to get this. The vending machine was full of junk food, so this was literally like the healthiest choice. 220 calories, 6 grams of protein from the peanut butter. Yeah, and then I was gonna do a half mile in the pool, but the pool's closed because it's very loud in there. They're doing like needle gunning and stuff to fix the hot tub, so the lifeguards were like, this is too much, so they just were like, we're closing the pool until they're done with that. So and it was dusty, which would not have been great for my asthma. So anyway, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna be waiting here a while for my husband to come pick me up because he left to go get an oil change and go to the grocery store and run a bunch of errands, like 40 minutes away from us. So yeah, he's gonna do that, and then he'll come get me. So I'm gonna eat this and listen to the rest of my ebook with my headphones in, and maybe call my brother to see if they're still up for a visit today, because I still want to do that. I miss the babies. But yeah, that's how today is going so far. All right, it is 5 o'clock, and I am running off less than 300 calories. Actually, no, I think it's 320 calories because my rice cakes were 100 because I had 2 of them, and then the whatever peanut butter crackers or whatever were 220 calories, I believe. Anyway, so I'm on the way to my brother's house because I want to see the babies and everybody. So I'm going to have a vintage cola. Now, the flavor profile for this is vanilla and caramel and cinnamon. So that's going to be interesting. It's 40 calories for the can, and it helps with digestive stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to have that, and then I'm also going to have these Nature's Promise breakfast biscuits. So I guess they're like cookies. And it is 230 calories for the whole thing. So yeah, I have a ridiculous amount of calories left for the day. I have like 1,700 calories. And I told them I was going to come, and I was like, I can bring my own dinner or whatever. And she's like, we can do burgers. So she has little burger patties that are like 120 calories per patty. So I'll have 2. And then I brought my own cheese. So you're looking at like less than 400 calories. Well, like around 400 calories for dinner. So I have a big amount of calories. So I also prepackaged me a bag of my little white cheddar Cheeto Puffs. And then I also brought another one of these. This one's cinnamon. The other one is blueberry. And then I brought some sourdough bread, but I probably won't use any bread on my burger. And then I have a body armor drink. So that is my plan. That is my plan. But I'm going to get my butt on the road. Let's go. I'm going to be teaching them the cha-cha slide for the first time. Okay. Little baby over there. She's doing some actual pole dancing in her roller skates. Belong down at the Big Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Big Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in what? You gonna do a swirl? The bear chair. This is like a bear. So his hair doesn't get everywhere, but anyway, I did stick to the plan. I did not have the blueberry, like, little cookie things. I might have those before I go to bed, I don't know, but I haven't had those yet, and I also have not had the body armor drink, but everything else I mentioned I had. For dinner while I was there, I had 2 4-ounce beef patties, and they were super lean meat, because she's also trying to watch her weight, and lose weight, and then I had 2 slices of cheese, because I had 2 burgers. I didn't have a bun, so it was literally just the meat, and then the cheese melted on it, and some salt and pepper for flavoring. My sweet baby showing his little belly to me. Yes, he is. And now he's trying to lick my... Well, he's not trying. He is. He's licking my foot. You funny boy. You funny boy. But anyway, then I burned some calories while I was with them, too, because we had a little dance party downstairs in the basement, and my brother set up a bunch of lights and a black light, too, so it was a lot of fun. But anyway, now I'm home. I am at 1,300 calories for the day, so I still have like 700 calories left, and I did exercise. My watch tells me, like, when my heart rate gets to a level where it's like, oh, you're being active, and it says I've had 159 minutes of like, active, so that's really good, but that also means I definitely need to have more than 1,300 calories today, so I don't know what I want. Severely lacking in protein, because all I've had for protein was the dinner, because I didn't have a real breakfast, because I went to the gym, and I slept through breakfast anyway, because I didn't go to the gym until it was 11 o'clock when I got there, so, did you cook something, honey? Leftovers? Okay. Yeah, so, oh, that's the other thing. So, after dinner, I'd only had 1,000 calories, so I was like, you know what? I have so many calories left for the day, and it's already, like, what, 9 o'clock? Is it 9 o'clock? It's almost 9:30? Oh, my goodness. So, yeah. So I got me a miniature a miniature Heath Blast from Dairy Queen. I keep saying Blast, not a Sonic Blast. A miniature Heath Blizzard. So it was 360 calories. It's basically, it's this big. It's like 1 scoop of ice cream in a little cup, like a kid cup. But anyway, so that was really good. I had that on the way home. But yeah, so I'm only even with that, I'm only at like 1,300 calories. So I don't know if I'm going to just fix me like a little small plate of nachos, or if I want to pop a bag of popcorn so I get a little more volume in. I don't really want to cook anything. It's late. It's late. I plan on going to bed soon. But yeah, the calories is low. It's very, very low. So yeah, I guess you'll see when I figure it out for myself. I might just eat the little cookie things. I might have a protein shake. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do at this point, because bedtime is like in half an hour. I did start watching a show I haven't really watched before, which was the show Alone. So I might watch an episode of that. I watched one in bed last night with my... This is how I am ending the day. So I was at 1,400 calories earlier. Anyway, so I'm going to have the rest of my Lesser Evil popcorn, the butter one. I still have some of the other one that I have with the coconut and the salt. Anyway, so yeah, this is the rest of the butter one. It's a pretty good big, pretty good sized bowl of popcorn. And then I have like 12 ounces of chocolate milk, which is very calorie dense. So even though it is a lot more protein than the almond milk that I was getting, I think that if I want chocolate milk, I'm just going to go with the almond, because it is a lot less calories. Like, this was like 300 something calories. Ridiculous. Like 350 calories for 12 ounces of chocolate milk. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I believe I'm ending the day at 1,935 calories, and 89 grams of protein. So it's like 1 gram away from the 90 grams of protein. And I'm shocked, that I got anywhere near my 90. because I only had 2 burgers for meat today. Everything else was not meat. I am curious. I'll look at my watch and look at some stats. So I got 7,678 steps, which equates to 3.5 miles. Anything over 7,000 gives you the benefit of the walking. Plus, I actually know I did more than that because I did 2 miles just on the treadmill. So, and I did grocery shopping. So like, but yeah, on the treadmill, I normally do not swing my arms. So I actually got a really good step count considering. Calories burned for the day, it puts me at 3,943. And I have, in my active zone minutes for today, was 159. It's quite a bit. Heart rate, 75. Resting heart rate, 69. Which is, if you don't know, 60 is like athlete. So I'm really happy to see my heart rate in this, the upper 60s, because that's really good. It just means my fitness level is greatly improved. My readiness right now for working out apparently is 68, and I think that's because I actually got good sleep last night. It says out of today, I was active during 6 of the 11 hours that I have at track. I got 9 hours, 23 minutes of sleep. I got 93% oxygen saturation. Stress management gave me a score of 80, even though I didn't ask any questions. Didn't do any mindfulness today, and I do need to log that my period, I believe today was the last day, which is great, because then my weight might start going down again, if that's why I was up, so we shall find out. But anyway, yeah, so I get to enjoy my nice cold chocolate milk and some popcorn, and then I'm going to go to bed. And I should be able to sleep in a little bit tomorrow, because I won't have the car, so I won't be able to go anywhere, so the only reason why I have to wake up in the morning is to feed my dog. And we feed him at 8 o'clock, but on the weekend, I ain't getting up at 8. My husband calls me at 9, and I was like, I can get up at 9. So anyway, I'm just chilling for the rest of the night, but today went really well, and I'm glad I got to see family, so that was good. Also, I finished the book that I had been reading, The Wings of Frost and Fury or something like that. I don't know. This book. I finished it, loved it, can't wait for the next in the series. And then I picked up on the next ebook that I'll be doing, which is this book. I think it's Hollow Child. This book. Yeah. So I had started it previously, but I had only read like 20 pages. I got into a couple of ebooks, so I've like slowly been knocking out the ones that I was currently reading for a while. So that's my next read that I'm gonna devour. So I might finish it over the weekend. I don't know. I might take some time to just read this weekend. But I also have some cleaning I need to do. So that will be a good way for me to get some reading in, is reading while cleaning. So we'll see. Good night. Yesterday was 289.2, so I had gained, even though I've been in my deficit. I've been under 2,000 calories all week. Anyway, my lowest weight so far has been 287.3, and that was on Wednesday. So I'm hoping we get below that today. That would be great. We just haven't really went down this week, which is upsetting because I've still been working out, even though it's been a little bit less than usual. But yeah, my deficit has been higher than usual, so I should be losing weight. But also I did have my period this week, so that might explain some of it. I think yesterday was probably my last day of that. So hopefully the weight will come off in the next few days. Let's see. Okay, so 287.4. So not quite there, but that is like 2 pounds down from yesterday. So at least it's starting to go in the right direction. Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious. I slept until noon today. So I'm just now weighing. But I gotta figure out something to eat and all that. Okay, for breakfast I'm having 1 serving of Raisin Bran cereal, and then I also added half a serving of extra raisins. So yeah, that's that. And then I have like a little over 5 ounces of milk, and we use the blue cap, whatever that is. I think it might be like 2% or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be breakfast. Here's what I'm having for lunch. I've got some grapes. I got these little bistro buns that I'm trying out. 1 slice of Colby Jack cheese and 1 slice of like deli cut turkey. And then for my drink, I have water that I've flavored with some 0-calorie flavoring. This the little Mio's thing or whatever, berry blast. So I just do 1 squirt. I'm watching videos and gonna eat, and then I'm gonna go on a walk with Bear. We have a good 45 minutes until sunset, so I figured we would go on a sunset walk tonight. So yeah, Bear was very excited. As soon as I started moving around, he knew what we were gonna do. So I got his poop bags, I got me what's left of my water, I got my phone, I got some headphones, and I was able to lock our door because my husband did not take my car key. Well, he did take my car keys. He did not take my house keys today. So I'm going to be listening to a book while we walk. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Kind of looks like it might. But I think we're going to go for the 2 miles, which is one of the longer routes that we can go from here. And that should be about the 45 minutes. So we're going to try that if we don't have any dogs trying to attack them and have to turn around, because we've had to turn around before because of dogs. So we'll see, but we're going to get a good walk in. Bear spotted an armadillo, okay? I'm going to try to get close to it without Bear going crazy again, if we can see it. Bear, you're tangled. Oh my goodness, boy. All right, where is it? I want to see it again. It was really cute. Like, we got close. Where's the armadillo? Where is it? Do you see it? I thought it was cute. It's over here somewhere. So the girls across the street were trying to warn us that there was something in the woods. Stop. There you go. Because they got scared by it, I guess, when they got off the bus. But it was just the armadillo. I thought they were trying to tell me there was a man in the woods, because there's also like a wrecked car that's been there forever, and there's like a trailer that has all the windows busted open and stuff. So like there are some abandoned houses on the street, so anybody could camp out in them. So I wanted to hear what they were telling me. But the armadillo already went through the brush, so I didn't want to scare the thing hunting it down too much, but I was trying to like step forward a little bit so I could show you, but no luck with that. The sun is already getting a little lower, so we're gonna do what we can to get some more of the walk in. So I'm making him be good right here. He's being good. I wonder if it's gonna roll over. Is it gonna play dead on us? Oh, Bear, don't you dare drag me. Bear, stop. I think it's gonna try to roll over. Oh my goodness. Ah! When he hears me, he pauses. You can walk slowly. You do not drag Mama. No, sir. You are not attacking the possum. See, the possum's going through the fence. Possum's safe. Leave it alone. Leave the possum alone. My goodness. Just got done with our walk. We got about 4,500 steps in, like a mile and a half, basically. Yeah. And so he just got his joint medicine, so that like functions as his treat. He gets 2 of those a day. He pooped, so that was a success. Dogs did come after us. We kept going. And then he was just really slowing down. Like the pace was like a 20-minute mile, and I was like, it's going to be dark before we get home if we go the whole way. And our street is not safe to walk at night because there's no street lamps at all. And there's a lot of curves, and there's woods, so you can't see past the curve. So that's just not a good thing. But anyway, here's what it looks like outside right now. So yeah, it's gotten a little darker, but it's not like, the sun hasn't quite set yet. It's going to set in a couple minutes, but we got more than 30 minutes in, so that's good. Oh yeah, it literally, we took a 45-minute walk. It just, the sunset time was wrong because it hasn't went down yet, and it said it would do it at 5:16, and it's 5:18 now. So anyway, I am ready for a snack. I don't know what I want to do for dinner, but my husband did open my pork chops the other day, and he did not cook both of them. Like, why wouldn't you have cooked both of them? And then I could just microwave. So anyway, I don't even know how to cook my pork chops. So I'll have him tell me when he gets home. But I am going to have a snack. So I'm going to have, I've been told this one, when I was at my brother's house last night, I told them they saw I had an Olipop. And they both really liked the crisp apple, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to have probably one of the little, like, cookie packs. I think I already have one in my purse because I didn't eat it last night. And I don't think I took it out of the bag and put it back. So I just got to find it. But I'll show you. All right, this is going to put me at 1,010 calories. This is 50 calories for this, and it does help with the digestive health, so I have kind of been having them every day. And then this is the blueberry kind. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's like a really thin cookie. I have problems getting in enough fiber in my diet, so I have to like consciously include some carby items so that my fiber doesn't get too low. Carbs are not bad for you. Yeah, so these little biscuits, there's 4 of them. So they're like little thin cookies, like the same thing you give to babies when they're teething. You just let it soak in their mouth. Anyway, it's pretty much the same thing. Got 4 grams of protein, 8% the daily value of iron, and I am anemic, so anything with iron in it is going to help me. 3 grams of fiber, and I need to get like 28 grams a day. So yeah, I always struggle. 1.5 grams of fat. No, I'm sorry, that was for saturated fat. It's 8 grams of fat, and 230 calories. Oh my goodness. The carbs is 36 grams, but that's fine with me. And then added sugar is 12 grams, so it's like half of the daily value, which on this it says it's not. This it says it's 24% daily value. So maybe they're going off of a man, which I am the size of a man, so I might have a bit more allowance than most women would, just because I'm the size of the man.
It really sounds narcissistic, to be honest, anyway, to me at least.
I was watching a reaction video earlier. That's what clicked on, and I did a puzzle. I always do like little 300-piece puzzles on my computer when I'm watching TV and stuff, because I got ADHD, y'all. I can't just sit there and watch something. Like, it's got to be very, very entertaining. Like Bridgerton, which I just remembered has a new season out. And so that's probably what I'm going to be doing this whole weekend, is watching Bridgerton. So, yeah, I was like, I haven't started the first episode yet, so I can resist. But yeah, once I start it, I'm probably gonna want to watch the whole thing in like one go. All right, I'm gonna eat my snack. Now I'm having my little Cheetos. Apparently, I'm just in a snacky mood today, so I'm gonna have some crackers and cheese. So my husband brought me this cookie. He tried some of it, which is why there's a little chunk missing. But apparently, it's made out of like yams and coconut and chocolate chips. I don't know. I don't know. I searched it. There's not really anything in the database. I kind of just put like a generic cookie, but yeah, I'm gonna try it because it's a purple cookie. For dinner, I'm having 2 pork chops, and that brings me right at a little over 1900. It's like 1940 or so. So if I do get hungry, I have some asparagus that I can make. That would be less than 50 calories, I think, but maybe not because the garlic and stuff. So I don't know. But I think this will probably be enough to fill me up for the night because it's already 8 o'clock, and I'm still doing quite good after the snacks and the cookie. So. All right, that was all that I ate. And then I watched all 4 episodes of Bridgerton, and yes, I did like bawl my eyes out during multiple scenes. So if I look a little funky, that's why. But it's 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna fall asleep anytime soon. I'm gonna read in bed, but at least I'll already be in bed and take my medicine and all that stuff. So hopefully tomorrow will be good scale wise. I tried to drink a lot more water today, and I tried to get fiber in, so hopefully that will help. And then I haven't been taking my poop scoop for like the last 3 days, so I probably am a little constipated, and that might explain why the weight is up too. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm glad that I've made it through 5 straight days of being under the 2,000 calories. Yeah, my average calories is probably like 1,700, so I'm just waiting for the weight to catch up because I should have already lost quite a bit in this deficit because the 2,000 calories is for me to lose 2 pounds a week. So, yeah. Um, yeah. And I had like 3 hours of physical activity yesterday, like intense minutes where you're in like your target heart rate zone, and then I worked out really hard on Monday, which was why it took so long to recover, because we were doing exercises that I've done before, but we went up in weights, so there was a lot of like muscle breakdown and then like, muscles fixing themselves and stuff. So you get stronger after those workouts, but it takes a toll on your body. So I didn't really get to a normal level of soreness until Thursday, and then I did a workout Thursday. And then, of course, I did the walk with Bear. Tomorrow I might try to do like a long morning walk or something. We might try that. We might try going on a long one. But I don't know, because today he kind of wore out after a little while, so we might have to break it up and do 2. Or I might do like an in-home workout. We'll see how that goes. Sometimes, usually on the weekends, I'll like sleep until like 11 o'clock or noon. That's what I did today. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when it happens. Anyway, good night. Alright. Yesterday was 287.4, and the dream weight for this week is 285.3, and I have this weigh in and I have tomorrow's weigh in, so let's see how it goes. Okay. 287.3. My goodness. This is breakfast. I have a heaping bowl of raisin bran, and I did add some extra raisins. I did a bigger bowl because it's 11 o'clock, and my friend is going to pick me up at 12:30. So I want to be full for a while because We're going to like a memory care nursing home type thing to do bingo with them. So yeah, I'm going to be there for like 2 hours at least, and she's going to come get me in like an hour and a half. So I need to be full for a couple hours. This was pretty filling yesterday, and I just didn't feel like making a sandwich right now. I like to eat my breakfast foods for my first meal, so I'm going to have my Raisin Bran. So y'all may have noticed I've been getting a little frustrated with the weight not going down, and the reason is because I have been in an extreme deficit. So I've gotten some comments on here like, "Oh, 2,000 calories to lose weight? Like what?" Which makes sense if you're short, but I'm 5'10", so I did go ahead and recalculate my calories with one of the like calorie things. So I did it 3 different ways, and this will explain why I'm a bit frustrated. Okay, so to maintain weight at my height and my current weight, which I put in as 287. If I was sedentary, so like did not do any gym, no working out, no movement during the day, nothing, to maintain weight, I would need to eat 2,488 calories. So my average right now is like 18 something for this week, because I've had days where it's right at the 2,000, and I've had days where it's closer to 1,500, so it averaged out. But yeah, I'm not in the sedentary category. I'm not even in the light category. Okay, so for sedentary, to lose 2 pounds a week would be 1,488. To lose 1 pound would be just under 2,000 calories. So at a bare minimum, I should have lost a pound from the lowest weight this week, which has not been the case. I've basically been maintaining. And so then moving up to the light, which is like 1 to 3 times exercising and then being sedentary during the day, no extra movement, nothing. To maintain weight would be 2,851 calories, and to lose 2 pounds a week would be 1,851. So that's about what I've been eating, is the 1,851-ish. And obviously I've not lost 2 pounds. Now I have been trying to get in more steps, but I don't really count that. So I still just, for all the categories, I put in sedentary for the job, and then I put in how much I work out, which is 3 to 5 times a week. And my workouts are high intensity, aggressive. They're not like going for a walk. They're not yoga. Like, they're intense. Anyway, so the category that when I put in the accurate info for me, is moderate. So it's not like super active. I'm not super active, but I am in like the moderate category, which is right above light. So that one says 3,214 calories to maintain, which I believe is accurate. Because when I was at the beginning of the weight loss things, I would have like 3,300 calories seem to be my maintenance, and I've lost 20 pounds since then. So it's just gone down just a little bit to that 3,214. And to lose 2 pounds a week would be 2,214. Like I said, my average for the week has been like between 1,800 and 1,900. So I should have lost more than 2 pounds this week. More than 2 pounds. And I've had days where I've gained, I've had days where it goes back down, and it's basically just been in maintenance mode. And so this is when I normally get very frustrated, and I just have a refeed day, and then the weight does come off the next day. But I really want to try to just stick it through and see how long it's going to take my body to be like, okay, we're still getting fed, even though it's not what we want, and then drop the weight. So I'm trying to see that. I'm trying to work past the frustration, but I just kind of wanted to lay it out with some numbers for y'all that are watching. They're like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm already doing the right things. Sometimes the math just doesn't math, and the science that's behind stuff just doesn't work for your personal body, okay? So I show you all the frustration. I show you what I'm eating and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I am frustrated, but I'm not stopping. Like, when I committed to this and I started doing the vlogs for the daily thing, I was like, this is the last time I'm going to have to try to lose weight, because I'm actually going to do it and I'm going to finish. But yeah, it is very frustrating when you're eating below the recommended amount and you're exercising and you're trying to get in like more steps and stuff throughout the day, and you're either gaining or maintaining your weight. It's frustrating because I do weigh my food. I weigh everything except for like salt and pepper. Okay. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna eat my breakfast and watch a video, and then my friend will be here to pick me up to get going. But yep. And I've also did better with getting sleep this week. At least the last couple days I've gotten my 8 hours. So like there are some small things that I still need to do, like I know that I need to do. But yeah, it just sucks when the numbers aren't matching the effort and what's supposed to be happening. So I'm real with y'all. I had a little packet of these. These are so yummy. And then I've got my body armor drink. But I'm about to leave, and she's going to be here in like 15 minutes, so.
46.
Are you going to get another one? Nope.
N33. N33.
Bingo.
Bingo!
Yay.
This one's my bingo champion. Look how many prizes she's got. 4 prizes. Day, dear Billy. Happy birthday to you. Woo! On Channel 4. The naked lady on Channel Lady. Lunch is going to be these little turkey and cheese sliders. I decided to have 2 so I can really get up the protein. And then I am still finishing off this Body Armor drink that I opened earlier. And then later today, I will have some of these brownie bites. They don't have egg in it because egg's an allergy. So I wanted to try it. But they come out of the freezer. So I got to let it thaw for a while before I give that a try. But yeah, that's what I'm having. Here's dinner. I have 1 sliced apple. I do not eat the skin on the apple. So because I am so close to my 2,000, I will wind up subtracting the skins after I eat. I'll just weigh them and then minus that from what I logged. But anyway, I've got some brown rice, a little bit of teriyaki sauce, and then some andouille sausages that I did in my pan. No oils or anything. So yeah, this is what I've got. And then I'm also going to be drinking a Coca-Cola, which will be good because it's only 7 o'clock. So it takes me forever to drink these. So hopefully this will take my brain off of like having more food because I'm pretty hungry right now. This might not be enough. But I am at, without minusing the skins yet, I'm at 1955 for the day. And if I want my little ice cream, it's 60 calories. So there probably is like 15 calories worth of apple skins, but we'll find out at the end if I have that, if I get to have my ice cream or not. So, but yeah, this is the closest we're going to get to 2,000 calories today. It was definitely a low volume day. Yeah. So that type of apple I did not like. I think I just only like the Granny Smiths. And that one was like a red and yellow. I don't know what kind it was. Bear. So I'm going to give it to Bear. You want an apple? I don't think he's ever had an apple. But I look it up. Anytime I give him human food, I Google it and make sure it's safe for dogs. It said all varieties of apples are safe for dogs. So he can have an apple. You want me to feed it to you? All right, let's see here. Here, you slice an apple. Here, you slice. Yeah, you just bite it. You like the taste? He likes watermelon. He's sniffing around. He's exploring. I think he just wants to look at it. Now he's trying to bite it. Pick on it. Go for it, bud. No, they cannot have the core and they cannot have the seeds, but I already threw the core out, and there's no seeds on these parts, so. Yeah, he's just sniffing around the bowl. Come here, just bite it from my hand. You trying to lick the camera? Yeah, just bite it. There you go. Take a nibble. There you go. Yeah, take a nibble. He's so cute. You want a nibble? Take a nibble. Take a nibble, buddy. You want a nibble? You want a bite? It's good. I mean, I didn't like it, but it's still a good apple. You want it? No? No? Okay. I guess it's gonna get thrown away. You might just lick it. He got like one little bite. Or that was me biting out the part that was core. I just bite it and spit it. He's still taking a little test. Yeah. Yeah. No? You're done? Okay. I'll throw it away. I hate wasting food. But my husband's not going to eat it, and I'm not going to eat it, and other than Bear, we're the only ones here, so I'll throw that away later. I don't have a bag in my trash can in here yet. I got to put a bag in it, because we do our trash the other day, and I just haven't put a bag back in. But anyway, I will likely still have an apple tonight. I'm just going to have a Granny Smith, so right now I'm just looking for a movie to watch. Okay, so I did not have an apple, but I am going to have this little Outshine bar, whatever, it's 45 calories, because it's like the zero sugar. Anyway, so That's what I'm going to have. It is 9 o'clock. Alright, so yesterday my weight was 287.3, which is the lowest weight we've had. However, I've been eating the right calories, so I'm wanting a 2-pound drop on one of these days. Either today or tomorrow, I need to lose 2 pounds. So we will see if that happens today. Probably not, but we'll see. I'm a little stuffy today, which is not great, because I'm going to be singing in the church choir for the first time, so... 287.7. See, this drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. This is an example of how a very small change can make a huge difference. So normally when I would do this, I would use a bagel, and the bagel was 230 calories. However, this whole meal is like 230 calories. So I've cut down a lot. So what did I do? I got an English muffin, still cinnamon raisins. So it's got some raisins in there. It's got some cinnamon. And then instead of the almond butter, I used PB2. So it's like the dry peanut butter powder, and then you just mix it with water. And then I did a couple grams of honey on there. And yes, I will be eating it with a spoon because the peanut butter is very like watery. I accidentally put too much water, but it'll be fine. So yeah, this cut down a lot on the calories for the same breakfast. So just by switching the English muffin and switching the peanut butter to PB2 instead of the almond butter. And I'm going to have a drink. So all of that, it was like 320 or 230, whatever it was. 230? 230 calories and 10 grams protein.
On behalf of the whole church, I ask you, do you renounce the spiritual forces of wickedness, reject the evil powers of this world, and repent of your sin?
Someone brought donuts. My breakfast was really low calorie, so I'm going to have one. All right. One donut. For lunch, I have 470 calories and 30 grams protein. I've got 2 little turkey bistro buns or whatever they're called. Anyway, so it's 56 grams, which is 1 serving of turkey, and then I've got 1 slice of cheese between the 2 of these. And then I have 1 serving of Greek yogurt, which is like 3/4 of a cup. I do have the strawberry flavored Greek yogurt, and then I warmed up for 1 minute some berries and added those on top of my yogurt. Because they were frozen. So I needed to warm them up so I'd be able to eat them. But anyway, yeah, so this is my lunch. And then I've got a water for when I finish my body armor drink. So that is what's going on here. But doesn't that look so pretty? Like I just poured it on there. It looks so pretty. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I do think I'm getting sinuses. I'm feeling stuffy again, which is not great. Not great. I don't want to be sick. I do not want to be sick. I was already sick. Okay. I played some Spyro. I definitely do feel like a cold coming on, which is not great. But sometimes if you catch it early enough, you can medicate, but also keep your activity up, and that will help you. Because sometimes you get like allergies from being too sedentary. Anyway, I did not eat my yogurt, as you can see. I had a couple spoons, but I am testing it to turn it into ice cream. So I looked up what to do, and it said you just put it in your freezer for 30 minutes, and then you stir it around, and you just do that every 30 minutes until it's how you want it. So it's been in there for like an hour. We're getting pretty close to ice cream over here. So yeah, you just break up the ice crystals. So anyway, I just used the restroom and changed my pants because my jeans that I wore today were size 22. They don't fit. But anyway, yeah, this is definitely turning into more of a ice cream. I'll show you. Like, that's in the spoon. So we'll put back in there. And I'm going to go take Bear on a walk. And listen to my book. Hollow Valley. Bear, you want to go on a walk? Yeah. Okay. We might try a new route today. Alright, y'all. We're done with our walk. I just got back. We did 2.05 miles in 47, almost 48 minutes. Get to stop the walk now. And it ends it automatically. If you slow down too much, it'll be like, are you still walking? But anyway, so we had the sun setting like the whole time. We saw some goats and a horse and some cows. So we're done with our exercise for tonight. I need to go take me some cold medicine. Yeah, but the walk was really good. I only got sweaty on my under boobs. So, and we got pretty far, so that was good. I'd say it's about as ice creamy as it's gonna get. But either way, it's definitely like frozen, so I'm gonna have the rest of this. Another example of making things way better for yourself. So this is 200 calories with a Coke. Okay, so 60 calories of it is literally just the sauce. So if you could eat French fries just by themselves, or if you had some sort of alternative, go for it. But anyway, yeah, this is like a whole plate of French fries. So I cut the potatoes myself, and then I did a quick spray of the canola oil, like literally just a psst on them. And I had frozen them beforehand. That's why they're like a brown color, because they've been frozen. So anyway, I cut and froze a bag of potatoes that was cut. But anyway, and then I just put some sea salt on it when it came out of the air fryer, and then I put some of my Korean barbecue sauce. And then I was like, all right, we're gonna have a Coke with it, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do for my actual like dinner meat. But so far for the day, including this, I'm at like 1,000 calories. So I still have a lot of calories that I can eat. Hubs got me a small little blizzard. He kept telling me, he was like, are you ready for our date night? And I was like, what? Because he didn't get home till just now, and it's 8:30, not 8:30, 7:30. Anyway, I was like, if we are going out, let me know, because I'll save my calories. I won't snack or anything. So he was like, no, probably not tonight. I was like, okay, well then, bring me a blizzard. Because I still had like 1,000 calories. So this is probably like 400 something. I don't know. I'll put it in. I'll log it, whatever it is. But right now it's in the calories, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, I'm having me a small plate of nachos. This is like my medium-sized plate for reference. Anyway, I did a little over 1 serving of the chips, and then I just did 1 serving of cheese, and I actually did not open my Coke. So I traded it out for a cold one because I hadn't opened it yet. So I'm going to have this with it. Obviously, I'm not going to finish that because I'm going to go to bed in like 30 minutes. So I'm just going to find something, probably something cheesy, like a old Disney show or something to watch, and then I'm going to get in bed. But yeah, I made it out at 1,992 calories, I believe. So I did officially 7 days. Actually, the 2 days before that were also under 2,000. So I've done 9 days of under 2,000 a day, and I've not lost weight. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but yeah, this sucks.